season for all of our Region 9 teams, and this is a good one here from Dixie High.
Yeah, heck of a way to end the first set of region, the first half, and, you know, when these two teams play, it's always fireworks, huge rivalry, the Thunder in the hangar. Nothing better to end that first half of region. I think we've got a ball game on our hands tonight.
Yeah, Flyers last week had their hands full right here on this floor a week ago. Pineview took them to overtime. Flyers survive. Probably the biggest win of region play for Dixie High School. Meanwhile, Desert Hills is seemingly getting their rhythm, and this is a team that's been kind of Jekyll or Hyde all season long. Will the real Desert Hills team please stand up?
I know, yeah. There's been a lot of that. You know, they had a tough loss to Cedar where they lost by 9. Obviously, going back to the preseason where they lost to Skyview by 1 point. Then the first game of region, they lose to Pineview by 1 point. They have a losing record. Coach Turley's been there for 7 years. This is his 8th year, only one losing season in his career, and that was last season. They're looking to turn that around this season and climb the RPI a little bit, but it starts kind of tonight showing that they can hang or at least battle the top team in Region 9 right now.
You know, this Dixie Flyer team, they are well coached and only in his second year. Tyler Roberts, don't let that surprise you or fool you. He has been with this program for years and years. He went to Dixie High School, actually was a great college tennis player at UNLV, and you got to really respect the job he's done so far. He plays a lot of summer games. He's got this team playing together, gelling really well. Yet that said, there's a lot of parity in the middle of the pack, and on any given night, Coach Roberts knows that a team like Desert Hills, if they play well, could get him. And right now, they've got to be thinking about taking care of business because their ultimate goal is a state championship. If you remember last year, Andy, they lost to Skyview by 10 in the 4A quarterfinals, and they would love another chance at the Bobcats.
They would, and, you know, the Dixie Flyers have the outside star in Isaac Finlinson this year. They've got the inside star in Noah Lemke. Finlinson is the second leading scorer in Region 9, just behind Trevor Farrow. He's tied with Bryce Thomas with right around 16.7, close to 17 points a game. He's awesome. He's 60% inside the three-point line. He's about 35% from three. And, you know, I know talking to Coach Roberts earlier today on the Devin Dixon show, how much Coach Roberts said, we love when Isaac goes to the rim. He's got that length. He's got the ability around the rim. He's been sensational. And for me, this year, for the Flyers, is Noah Lemke, his development on the offensive side of the ball, putting his back to the basket, being assertive. He came out in game 1 of the year, put up 20 points against Syracuse. So he's been sensational, and that's going to be a tough ask tonight for Keegan Munson down in the paint.
No question. Dixie, Desert Hills tonight, one of 4 Region 9 games right here live on 97.7 ESPN. We're also on CEC TV tonight, so if you're listening on your radio, you're going home, you can watch us on TDS channel 108 in HD tonight. And then, of course, sportsradio977.com, you can link to that stream as well on the CEC YouTube page. So if you don't have TDS, you can still watch the Flyers and the Thunder tonight. Then the other games coming up tonight, over on 94.9 FM will be Pineview hosting Hurricane. 5:90 a.m. is where you'll find Cedar at Snow Canyon, and then Canyon View also taking on Crimson. And as I like to say, you never know. I mean, everybody's got an edge at this point. We've got a nice sample size, but this is the first time these teams have all played each other all year, so expect the unexpected, maybe so.
Yeah, I think there's 3 great games, and then there's the Canyon View Crimson game, which I'm sure before region play started, Canyon View had it circled on their schedule like this is a game we can win on the road potentially against the Mustangs, but these guys have been awesome. They've been really surprising to me. All the games they've been able to compete in and win. So Crimson is climbing right now. And then, you know, this game's going to be great. I think Hurricane Pineview at the Pit is going to be a lot of fun, a lot of great matchups in that game. 2 teams kind of trying to prove that they belong in the top tier of Region 9 still, even though we know they have the talent to maybe even win a state championship. The parity in Region 9 has been crazy, and that's going to be a great game.
All right, we'll take a 2-minute timeout. Just getting going here on our St. George Topper pregame show. When we come back, we'll be diving into the keys to the game. We'll take a look at our Stilson Star Watch. We'll select a player from each team to kind of ISO in on tonight and then get you closer to the tip here. Looks like we're going to be right on time, about at top of the hour 7 o'clock tip. JV game ended in plenty of time. So stay with us. Flyers, Thunder coming up next on your Region 9 Radio Network, presented by Holmes Homes. Back live at the hangar, Devin Dixon, Andy Thompson hanging out with you, and it's the Flyers at home getting ready for the Desert Hills Thunder. And Andy, which game is this more important to? You know, Flyers trying to go undefeated through Region 9, get to 7-0, or is it more important for the Thunder, who are kind of right in the middle of the pack right now, just trying to fight their way back in to possibly the top 11, which we know this year with the RPI gets you a bye and then a home game in the second round of the 4A state playoffs?
I think it's got to be the Thunder because they underperformed last year. This year they're going to the playoffs regardless, but they got a losing overall record right now. They've got a star in Mason Chase who scored 50 points in the last 2 games. Peyton Holmes at point guard, who's been awesome. They've got one of the most talented young guys down low in Keegan Munson. They've got to get above 500. They've got to start climbing the ladder in the RPI so they don't have a behemoth to slay in the second round of the playoffs on the road. So they've got to start winning and winning a lot. I know it's a tough ask. Nobody wins in a hangar, against this Dixie Flyers team. But I think if I had to pick one, it's the Thunder.
Yeah, no question. Pineview nearly got them last week, but the Flyers, even like I mentioned, down 7 quick points in overtime. In high school, Utah is 4-minute overtime period. 7 points is a quick margin and tough to overcome.
And, Coach Turley and the Thunder, they've had one win on their last 7 games against Desert Hills. Against Dixie. Desert Hills' last win against Dixie was in February of 2017. So it's been a bit since they've gotten a big win, and they're explosive enough to put themselves in a position down the stretch to be in the game and on the free throw line a lot. So I think that's going to be a definite key for the Thunder, is making free throws on the road.
No question about it. And let's dive into our Camping World keys to the game a little bit further. Let's go and look at this game from every angle. Appreciate Camping World St. George Your adventure awaits. 2020, get out and play in a new fifth wheel, travel trailer, Class A, Class C. They've got it all, plus a full service center and retail store. Camping World on Hilton Drive or campingworldstgeorge.com. What else for the Thunder, Andy? And then we'll look at the Flyers in a second.
I think for the Thunder, they've got to improve their assist-to-turnover ratio. Right now it's about even at 2020. Against Cedar, they only had 6 turnovers, and probably their best overall game of the year. So they've got to go with that. And then last week they had 15 assists. So if they can have 15, 16 assists and limit their turnovers to under 10, that's really going to give them a chance to win and not try to do too much. They've got stars on this team, but like we were talking about earlier on the drive, they've got to play unselfish basketball, especially if they're going to beat a team defense, an awesome team defense team like the Flyers.
And that said, Coach Roberts still was like, we can get better at everything.
Yes.
When we talked to him earlier today, and they're known for their defense, and that's maybe something that'll be interesting. I always hear Coach Judkins talk about this, and it might be important tonight for both teams. Who can get some kills? And what Coach Judkins calls a kill is 3 consecutive stops on the defensive end.
Yeah.
That's where you can go on some runs and really get some separation or get back into a game. So, who can string some stops together in a game like this? Neither team can afford to go cold because both these teams have proven that they can score it this year.
Yes, and Dixie's proven when you're talking about kills, they can do that. I mean, defensively, they've been awesome this year. Desert Hills is going to play their best defensive game of the season, and that means that guys like Keegan Munson and when Jace Mortensen's helping down on Noah Lemke, they've got to avoid getting handsy, especially early. You can't have Munson with 2 or 3 fouls at halftime in this one. For the Flyers, same goes for Noah Lemke. He's gotten better at it this year than he was last year, but in big games sometimes he's got 2 fouls in the early parts of the first quarter, so he's got to avoid foul trouble. And I think guys like Jeff Cox, who I was really impressed with last week off the bench, I've got to play a crucial role. And then Finlinson going to the basket. He's shooting 30-something% from 3. It's good, but he's 60% when he decides to shoot a 2-point field goal. And when he gets near the glass, it's much higher than that. And he's a great free throw shooter. So as the season progresses, as the playoffs progress, it's got to be Finlinson being aggressive, getting in the lane, and making shots.
All right, let's take a look at our Stilson Star Watch. This is where we have some fun with a little help from our friends at Stilson Central Vacuums, and we like to ISO in and really spotlight 2 players from each team in the matchup tonight. If you're looking for a cleaner, healthier home, look no further than Stilsons.com, or if you want a free quote for your home, existing or new home build, they can handle it all at Stilson's 229-9564. Andy, who are we going to select for the Flyers tonight?
I think the Flyers, I'm going to go with Noah Lemke. In the biggest games of the year when he's had big guys to face, his first game, his game against Springville, he's stepped up and dominated. This is one of the best matchups he'll have in region play against Munson. He's got to play like a monster. I think he can win the battle. But I think we got to pay very close attention to that battle of the Titans tonight.
All right, so going with the bigs for both teams.
Absolutely.
We saw that when Snow Canyon and Desert Hills played, and it was the freshman Simmons against Munson, and Munson had 14 and 10, a double-double, so he rose to the occasion. All right, we're going to take a quick 2-minute timeout. This has been the St. George Topper pregame show. When we come back, we're going to get you the Flyers and the Thunder coming up next on ESPN Radio. Welcome back to the Hangar. Devin Dixon, Andy Thompson with you. The high school Matadors just did the national anthem. Great rendition, and that means we are closing in on our Sky Mountain starting lineups. And appreciate Camping World, St. George Topper, and, of course, our friends at Stilson, some of our pregame sponsors. And, of course, you can hit it to the sky out there, 635-7888 for tee times. They got the Hurricane Amateur this weekend. If you want to call it there and see if you can still get a spot, it's for this Friday and Saturday, 635-7888, or just get your tee times as the Thunder getting introduced. And at the point guard, it'll be Peyton Holmes. At the 2 spot, it'll be senior Mason Chase. Reggie Newby will play the other wing. And then you've got Justin Judkins, who can play about every position 1 through 4. And then the big guy inside, the junior Keegan Munson. So pretty back to their normal starting lineup after 2 games ago. Munson didn't start, and then last game out, Peyton Holmes didn't start. And so those will be your routine starters for Coach Wade Turley in his 8th year as head coach. And they got the light down on the Dixie D. They cut the lights everywhere else in the gym. They've got a video board.
Wow.
With the starting lineups.
Look at this.
And they're going big. I think every school in Region 9 has really done a great job with the pregame festivities. The student body sections this year have been fantastic as well. And on Tuesday night, this place is darn near packed. There's still a couple seats, but you better get down here.
Yeah, the Flyers raising the bar with this big screen. This is awesome.
Flyers student body section has the lights. Kind of feel like I'm at a rock concert, like begging for an encore right now, AT.
Wanted to point out, Justin Judkins, the only player in Region 9 in the top 5 for steals per game and assists per game. He has been super reliable on both sides of the ball for the Thunder.
Who's going to come up big off the bench tonight, too, for Desert Hills? You know, you've got a lot of star power in that starting lineup. As here come the Flyers. There's Isaac Finlinson. And this kid can do more than what we saw his sophomore season last year. And that was kind of come in and just shoot the 3.
Yeah.
This year he's added a whole big bag of tricks.
He's the man. I mean, one of the best scorers in Region 9 as a junior. Obviously, Ethan Bennett, the other super sophomore from last year, who's now starting as a junior alongside Isaac Finlinson. Andy Rich has been a tremendous team player, running the offense, setting up his teammates. And Jordan Matthews, a do-it-all kind of guy, starting night at the forward.
And I would expect Matthews to get a lot of time defensively on Mason Chase tonight, but they could use Bennett. They could go with Finlinson there. Coach Roberts, when we talked to him earlier today, he figured that they would probably put Justin Judkins on Isaac Finlinson. So we'll see if both teams come out and man in a matter of seconds. That's your Sky Mountain starting lineup, the 5th guy. Of course, Noah Lemke, and he'll make his way as the lights are back on to center circle wearing number 22 in white with the blue numbers. Keegan Munson make his way to center court with the all-black jerseys, the gold numbers with the white trim around the gold. And let's play some Region 9 basketball on a Tuesday night. Here we go. Tip is won by Munson, but it goes right to the Flyers. Bennett goes attack mode, lobs it to Lemke. He missed the lay-in. Put back good by Jordan Matthews.
Really good look by Bennett just to get it up near the rim. Lemke can get up there and throw it down, but just a little misplayed. But good job by Matthews getting the offensive rebound, putting it up for an easy 2.
Yeah, that was designed off the tip. You could tell that they have worked on that. And they love to throw Lemke the baseline lob, but that was just a cross-court lob. And that was a kick ball. Now the Thunder will reset. Mason Chase gets it off the inbound, goes to Holmes, beats his man off the dribble. Now go to the free throw line, hesitate, kick out to Judkins. Judkins will pass on a 3, drive the lane, pump fake, give it up. Munson tries to dunk it, might have been fouled, and there's the call. It came in late, and Lemke will get his first personal foul.
Really good drive by Judkins. Pump fakes, gets Lemke up in the air, and then tosses it over to Munson. Good feed, and I think a smart foul by Lemke. Otherwise, that could have been an easy 2 for Munson early.
And the free throw up, and it will not go from the Fabulous Freddy's free throw line. We got One Law, our friends at One Law Law Firm, keeping track of the score all night. Garage doors only, our time and clock. And then, of course, free throws brought to you by Fabulous Freddy's. And three-pointers tonight brought to you by Team D Auto Sales. And the second free throw good, so Munson splits the pair.
Desert Hills showing full court pressure early in this one.
And a quick three from left side by Finlayson. Grazes off the rim. Put back up and in by Limke. That's good. Nothing but the bottom off the window.
And when Finlayson misses an open shot like that, you can't bless Dixie by not boxing out, letting their big 6'10" center get an easy offensive rebound and put back like they just did.
Mason Chase hits Judkins. Judkins goes spin move, floater, and got it. Justin Judkins, a familiar name around Southern Utah, the junior. Yes, that's the son of John Judkins, head coach of the Dixie State Trailblazers. That was a pretty move.
Yeah, aggressive on 2 possessions in the row, getting into the paint. That time going up for his shot off a spin move. And a big block on Munson, or by Munson, on Finlayson.
And Mason Chase gets a lead pass. He'll go up from the left side with the right hand and finish. And the Thunder have a quick 5-4 lead. After that lay-in by Mason Chase, his first points of the night. Andy Rich out top, give it up to Matthews, guarded by Newby. So Chase is on Rich right now. Peyton Holmes is guarding Finlayson. And Bennett and Judkins are squaring off. And then, of course, the big guys are still some Star Watch, Limke and Munson. Munson given a little bit of separation, sagging down the paint. He comes over to help on a drive by Andy Rich. Nothing there. They kick it back up top to Bennett. Now over to Finlayson on the right wing, right in front of Coach Turley and the Thunder bench. Finlayson using a Limke screen. He drives the middle, kick back out to Matthews. Left side now to Bennett. Drives to the middle of the key. Little teardrop. Got it, Ethan Bennett.
That's tough, and I don't think he's done that enough this year. When he catches it on the wing and slashes into the paint, he's got such a quick first step and nice touch around the rim for the bucket.
Judkins, Newby, little two-man game. Now Judkins puts it on a bounce, pump fake, lost the dribble. Now kick it back out to Chase. 6-5, Dixie by 1 over Desert Hills on the one-loss scoreboard. 5:28 to go here, just early moments of the first quarter. Bounce it to Newby. Back to Judkins on the right wing. Three-point line extended now around the horn to the left side. It goes to Munson. Munson back to Judkins, almost stolen. Judkins has a crease, takes it, floater, missed it, rebound, fought for, tipped, saved by Bennett, right to Limke. Here come the Flyers. They want to run. Rich ahead of everybody, laying good.
And on the other side of the ball, Judkins once again being aggressive, trying to get his shot. Just had to flip it up a mile high to get it over Lemke and just hit too hard off the backboard.
4 different Flyers have already scored as Munson goes low block. Turnaround, Jay got it. Munson's got 3. And it's an 8-7 lead for the Dixie Flyers. Finlayson in the front court. They beat some pressure. And it goes over Munson and buries the 16-foot jumper.
Slow-mo Jones there by Finlayson took his time. Lackadaisical puts it up. He is smooth.
If the entire Dixie strategy was to get all 5 starters a bucket before the 4.5-minute mark, they succeeded. And that's what's happened now. A shot no good. Here come the Flyers leading by 3. Limke, little 6-footer, got it. Unselfish pass, got it to Limke. Limke just... nice touch for the big man. Not a gimme, but it made it look pretty easy. And a timeout taken. Now 12-7. And we've got a quick 30-second timeout. Flyers up by 5 on ESPN Radio. Entertaining start for both teams, but maybe more so for Dixie, who is playing very unselfish. And then now Desert Hills comes down the court and throws it to no man's land and a turnover. What do you see so far, AT?
Well, I think Dixie's doing a great job getting out in transition for easy buckets as Andy Rich drives the lane, goes up, and he'll get an and-one layup against Peyton Holmes. Too soft, giving him way too big of a cushion on that left side as he takes full advantage to give the Flyers a 14-7 lead now, and he's got a layup left to do.
Andy Rich, we were talking with Coach Roberts last week about him, and he kind of flies under the radar, but got the and one connected there from the Fabulous Freddy's free throw line. He's got a game-high 5 now and nearly another steal. That time, Jordan Matthews just stepped out of bounds as If he keeps that size 11 sneaker in, he's off to the other end for a lay-in. Judkins, Holmes, Munson, Newby, Chase. Still the starting five. But we have our first substitution. Dixie has put Jeffrey Cox into the game. And Matthews will get a quick breather here. Under halfway through the first quarter. 15-7 on the one-loss scoreboard. Flyers, largest lead of the night. Mason Chase trying to change that. Three's good. Mason Chase, a team D3, and the Thunder needed it.
And a great job by Judkins. He's initiated a lot tonight so far for Desert Hills.
At the other end, Finlayson, great body control as he gives a little bit of an air fake and lays it in from the right side. And it's 17-10 Dixie. How about 4 now for Finlayson? And he hasn't even shot a 3 yet. Coach Roberts is seeing him flourish. Newby, 3, got it. Threes are falling for the Thunder. Reggie Newby's first points of the night. And it's 17-13 Dixie with the lead.
And another assist by Justin Judkins as Dixie breaks the press, and Finlayson gets swatted by Keegan Munson.
Big time block by Munson. It looked like Finlayson wanted to dunk. Peyton Holmes in transition. He's blocked by Lipke.
Wow.
And blocks everywhere, both ends, without committing a foul. Pretty special defensive plays by the bigs. That's why we chose them as our Stilson's Central Vacuum Star Watch players tonight. They're both delivering so far.
How about Finlayson? Yeah, going up for the attempted slam. But good job by Munson to
I think he
swat
gets
it out of
the
air.
bucket if he lays it in, though. It
Yeah.
took a little longer to elevate that a little bit further. 17-13 Dixie. Flyers have dropped into the zone. Mason Chase, backdoor lob, and Peyton Holmes just threw it too high, out of bounds it goes, off the fingertips of Mason Chase.
That would have brought the house down as Chase went up with one hand just over him. Could have slammed it. Good effort.
Well, you know, Dixie defends that against Lipke, I'm sure, in practice all the time, but actually it was there if Holmes throws it a little bit lower at the rim. Lipke's going to take a 3. Missed it. Schultz, who just checked in, rebounding. Christopher Schultz will reset, looking for some help, lost the dribble, gets it to Cox. Jeffrey Cox now gives it up to Finlayson, guarded by Judkins. That's the matchup we thought we'd see a little bit of. Judkins, great on-ball defender, chosen as a captain, as only a junior by his teammates. Mason Chase looking inside. They got to get it onto Lemke. He'll go up and miss it, but they call a foul on Keegan Munson. He left his feet and got him with the body as he was coming down, I think is what the officials saw right there.
Yeah, right now the Flyers are getting it right where they want it, not taking a bunch of threes. Desert Hills is making threes, which is what's kept them in it, but in transition and in the half court, Dixie's getting it 5 feet away from the basket, and that's why they have the lead right now as Lemke knocks down the first free throw.
Lemke. He's got 3. We'll have one more from the Fabulous Freddy's free throw line. Remember, those Fabulous Freddy's coupon books are always available, but they also have a new thing. In 2020, how about $20 a month for an unlimited car wash pass? Check out the details at both Southern Utah locations. Second free throw, missed, no good. Rebound to the Thunder. 18-13, Dixie by 5 here on 97.7 ESPN, your Region 9 radio network. Peyton Holmes, pump fake, probably fouled, no call. Here come the Flyers. Finlayson working on Marchant. Marchant high over his head, and what a nifty shot that drops with a kiss from Isaac Finlayson. Oh, my goodness. That was not an easy shot. Chase driving, wraparound, finger roll, got it going away from the rim. That was pretty.
And as quick as Dixie can score, and they're wanting to run tonight, Desert Hills is doing a good job responding in kind, and that time Chase is going right to the bucket.
A lot of athleticism on the floor with these two teams. Thunder student body section making some noise. Backdoor cut. Schultz goes high. No. Lemke put back. That won't go. Got it again over Marchant. That won't fall. Rebound Marchant. Couple good looks there for the big guy on a putback. And now the Thunder can try to inch closer. 45 seconds left in the first quarter. First quarter action has been good. Chase to Holmes. Now to Mortensen. Morty turns, faces, triple threat position. Handoff on some pistol action out high. They're just going to work a little clock here or maybe try to extend the defense. Chase drives, kick out. Now Holmes with it. Kick out to Sampson. Pump fake. Now to Marchant. Marchant back to the baseline to Holmes. Holmes pump fake to 3. Drives in, hangs, and hits. Great athleticism by Mason Chase. He's got 9, a game high, and the Thunder are within 3, 20-17. Dixie on top, 10 seconds on the clock. Now down to 7. Now down to 5. Inside to Lemke, back out to Rich with 3. He shoots it, and in and out, no good. Rebound, Holmes lets it fly. I don't think it's going to count. That's the end of the first quarter. Shot didn't go down anyway from three-quarter court. An entertaining first quarter, AT.
Awesome. Yeah, both teams coming out, running, getting shots at the rim, couple of huge blocks. They're playing ball, and right now we got a 3-point game.
60-second timeout. 2017 Flyers on the one-loss scoreboard. Thunder possession here to start quarter 2, and they get it to Sampson, who curls and is fouled and then shoots it up, and it gets stuck. And the student section from Dixie oohing and awing about the brick. Didn't count. Really well-cleaned game, just 2 turnovers for the Thunder, and that's really haunted them at times this season. No turnovers in the first quarter for the Flyers, Andy.
Yeah, pretty impressive. I mean, that's kind of how the Flyers roll, is really clean, as Matthews almost tips it away on the pass and almost creates another turnover from Desert Hills, but the Thunder get it back.
Lemke's got 3 points, 4 rebounds. Finlayson leading with 6 points. Mason Chase has got 9 as Sampson drives the key, lost the dribble, gets it pulled out of there by Rich, and the Flyers cannot save it, and Desert Hills will retain possession.
And Coach Roberts is wanting moving screens on Marchant at the top of the key. He's had a couple close calls, and neither of them have gone the way of the Thunder, but kind of dancing around with the top defender as Marchant goes out, and Keegan Munson will rejoin the Thunder on the floor.
Yeah, Peyton Holmes will get a quick breather, as well as Justin Judkins checks back in. You got Simmons is checked in for Dixie as well, and a turnover there, number 3, as Mason Chase was trying to get the inbound in. What did he do there?
And, you know, that's on the inbounder. The guy passing it in didn't give him any space to collect the ball in the air and then land, put it way too close to the sideline, and another 3rd turnover of the night for the Thunder.
Yeah, a little bit of panic. I think it was only at about a 3 count.
Yeah.
It probably could have looked to inbound to somebody else, and now turnover number 3 gives Dixie a chance to build on a 3-point lead. They're up 20-17. Nobody has scored here early moment second quarter, a minute in. Matthews leaves it out near half court for Finlayson. Finlayson goes left angle, gets it back to Matthews. Scissor action below, but Matthews going to drive in, and he's fouled. He'll shoot 2.
And he's such a tough kid. When, you know, nothing, you're on a offensive possession that's kind of dragging, you can just give it to Matthews. He can lower his shoulder, create a foul, and go to the free throw line.
Jordan Matthews, 2 points tonight. Looking for number 3 here from the Fabulous Freddy's free throw line. Got the first. And he'll have another one. Tonight's game also brought to you by our friends at Utah Gastroenterology. Colonoscopy is the most effective method of screening for colon cancer. Visit Utah Gastroenterology online today, utahgastro.com. Second free throw good as well. 22-17. Dixie on top of Desert Hills. 6:37 on the Garage Doors clock. Garage Doors only clock, excuse me. That's all they do, Garage Doors.
And
turnover, Thunder.
Judkins, I think, trying to get it to Munson, just on the elbow. They were only about 5 feet apart, but didn't make eye contact, I guess, on the pass, and it rolls out of bounds.
So already 2 turnovers in the entire first quarter, which is pretty good for Desert Hills, but now 2 already in about a minute 30 in the second quarter. And Dixie still doesn't have 1. Schultz drives in, kick to Bennett, drive the baseline. Bennett looking for a wraparound to Lemke, wasn't there. Kick back out to Finlinson, working on Judkins. Now back to Bennett on Chase. Lemke now at the post. Kick back out, Bennett, set 3. Looks good, no though, doesn't fall. Bouncing around, and Munson was kind of tripped up by Matthews and just couldn't collect it, and Munson touches it last, so Flyers will have it.
And Dixie's so smooth on offense. It doesn't matter who gets the ball. They catch it. They do a great triple threat, fake, and then go towards the basket. Just so fundamentally sound. Good defense by Newby on Jordan Matthews.
Rebound, though, on the Thunder. Here's Judkins. Over to Holmes. Peyton, just a junior. Back to Judkins. He'll take a 3. It's blocked by Matthews. Mason Chase trying to run it down. Can't. It's tipped to Lemke. Here comes Dixie. Ahead to Finlinson. Finlinson. Whip pass to Lemke, and a great job fronting, but he went through the body of Lemke. They're going to call Keegan Munson for his second personal foul.
Yeah, I think a good foul by Munson, even though it's his second, as Marchant will come in with 5:37 left in the quarter. What could have been an easy layup for Dixie.
Lemke gets the inbound. Kick out to Matthews, takes a set 3, splash, team D3 for Jordan Matthews. He's got 7, and the lead is 8.
They're so good on inbounds plays, finding open shooters, as Mason Chase takes a long 3 and misses it, rebounded Flyers.
Here comes Ethan Bennett. Bennett now entered into the post to Lemke. Marchant only giving up about an inch. Marchant goes to help. They give it to Lemke, who 2-hand slam. Oh, yeah.
Beautiful give-and-go, 2-man game there by Bennett on the baseline, into Noah, back to Bennett, and then back to Noah for the slam. Great job playing ping-pong between those two.
Chase slicing down the lane, off the glass, tip back up and in by Marchant. And it's 27-19 Flyers with the lead. Marchant, who left Lemke and allowed the dunk, gets that tip in, keep the Thunder down just 8 here as we approach about the halfway point in the second quarter. Entry pass so good. Lemke catches, turns, and lays it in.
And he is feasting tonight. Great position. Good job pinning Marchant to get the throw over for the easy layup.
Judkins gives it up to Chase. Mason crossing over. Up and under, turnaround jumper, and got the friendly roll. Down it goes. Mason Chase has got 11 points. That's a game high.
And a major league play there to turn around spin, hit the little pull-up J in traffic, and then fight for the rebound off the glass to get it to the Thunder.
Judkins into the front court. Stops, gives it to Mason. Thunder down 8. Mason goes in, and they're going to call a foul on the Flyers. Mason's very active on the dribble drive tonight. He's slashing.
I love it. I mean, they're getting down. Dixie's had a few buckets right in the restricted area, and then Chase takes it upon himself just to go to the rim, attack. You're the best athlete on the floor. Just keep going to the rim. Good things will happen. Now you just got to knock down his free throws.
I want to thank Intermountain Sports Medicine for their support of Region 9 Athletics. Of course, they provide athletic trainers throughout Region 9. Tonight's game, you got Mike Tolman from Dixie High School, and then you've got from Desert Hills, they got a new trainer. I'm trying to think. It's Mark Harris. Mark Harris. It was Sean Norton for so many years, and then he took a job up north, and now it is Mark Harris. Both free throws are good for Mason Chase. He's got 13, and the lead is down to 6. Pretty good little run here to get back in this game for Desert Hills. Kick out to Finlinson, open 3, lets it fly, didn't hit it though. Marchant knocks it out of the outstretched hands of Christopher Schultz, and he'll stay with Dixie.
Yeah, that was a case of maybe being way wide open and then getting into your head a little bit, but a lot of second chance opportunities off misses for the Flyers tonight.
Inside to Finlinson, turnaround Jay, got it, Isaac Finlinson.
And another easy bucket off an inbound play. as I think a kid ran onto the court who was saved by a cheerleader from the Jetettes, and they had to stop play for a second.
Mr. Holman, one of the officials tonight. Actually, he just worked the James Madison, North Dakota.
Really?
The FCS championship game. Yeah, great official. I think he lives up in Cedar City or Beaver. He's a head official tonight. He stopped play, and now we're back to live action. Judkins, entry in Newby. Newby doubled. Now he goes to the middle. Kick out to Marchant. Open three. Too strong. Rebound. Schultz and Bennett both had it, and Schultz will win that battle. Sometimes you can knock it out of a teammate's hand, but that wasn't the case. They secure it. Flyers lead is 8 to 50 left on the garage doors only clock here in the first half. Desert Hills jumped into a zone look defensively. Rich gets it to Finlinson. He'll take a dribble, give it back to Andy. Andy Rich, great soccer player for the Flyers and playing really well as a point guard of this basketball team in his senior season. Now Finlinson catch, shoot, three, off the back iron, no. Limke goes over Newby, had such a huge height advantage, he just tips it to a teammate. Rich gets a three, that's short. Schultz trying to save it, and he does, but the outside official says no, he didn't. He was on the line.
Too many offensive rebounds given up by the Thunder.
Well, Marchant really, I mean, Mason Chase about 6'3",
Yeah.
But Holmes is, 6'1". Newby's 6 foot. Marchant's about 6'5", almost 6'6", but Limke's 6'8", almost 6'9". And Limke getting some pretty good colleges, a lot of Division II, NAIA schools, I'm hearing, but Peyton Holmes is going to spot a corner three and a skip pass. It won't go. Holmes trying to recover as Simmons going to go up and lay it in.
They're so good on the outlet pass, immediately looking forward to streakers, and that was Tracy Simmons running a go route for an easy bucket.
And he did that for Coach Blaine Munkers all season long last fall. Chase, inside wraparound, Marchant, foul from the backside by Finlinson, and Marchant will have free throws. And even when Mason Chase is not scoring, he's still creating.
Yes, yeah, he is terrific. And Marchant needs to knock down a couple free throws here. We got a 10-point game with 1:40 left in the second quarter.
Well, Mason is scoring. Newby has 3. Judkins has 2, but 3 assists. Munson has 3. Nobody else for Desert Hills has scored yet. Peyton Holmes hasn't scored yet. Sampson didn't score when he came off the bench. Neither did Mortensen. Marchant has 2 on a tip-in. I did forget about that. And he misses the first free throw. He'll have another, and the second one is in and out, no good. So he misses them both. Flyers lead is 10 right now. Empty possession there after 2 free throws. Won't go from the Fabulous Freddy's foul line. And here's Finlinson. Sneaky through a double team. Kicks it to Rich. He'll try to split a double team. Lost it, goes to Simmons. Back out to Bennett. Bennett whip it back to Simmons. Hits the cutter. Matthews blocked by Marchant, but they call a block down low on Newby. Good sportsmanship by Simmons helping Newby up.
Great awareness by Simmons. He had the ball in a decent spot, but he saw his stud in Matthews. They made eye contact. Great cut to set up another opportunity at the free throw line for Jordan Matthews.
I like what Newby did. He went over calmly and said, hey, what did I do wrong there, Mr. Official? Brian Abbott kind of explaining to him. Reggie nods his head and goes back down as Matthews will stroke the first from the foul line. High school basketball haven't had many timeouts yet, but our timeouts all season long brought to you by Intercap Lending. Scott Gibson and the guys at Intercap. Great team over there, handling all your mortgage needs. If you need a refi right now or you're building, go see our friends at Intercap Lending. Tell them thanks for sponsoring High School Hoops here on ESPN Radio. Matthews gets them both. He's got 9. And the Thunder down by the largest deficit. They're down 12 here with 1:06 left in the first half. Chase, ball fake, gives it to Marchant, goes up strong, and one, Quinn Marchant.
And that's Chase once again creating. He initiates the offense by being aggressive, getting past his man, and then great awareness, almost eyes in the back of his head to see the cutting Marchant. who goes up strong for an and one.
This first half is flying by, Andy. It's hard to believe it's only a minute left in the first half. It's only 32 minutes old, and actually about 30 minutes. I think we tipped at 7:02. Marchant trying to get the old-fashioned three-point play from the stripe, and he got that one after missing back-to-back a couple of possessions ago. And the lead down to 9. Flyers, Coach Roberts stretching it out, wants some spacing on the floor. Rich. Oh, he turned it over. It looked like it was deflected from behind out of Andy's hand. Matthews couldn't get it before it went out of bounds, and the Thunder now with 46 seconds can draw a little bit closer. Already back down to single digits after that three-point play.
And the Flyers' first turnover of the game with 46 seconds left in the second quarter. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, I think Coach Roberts is going to be pretty happy with that statistic. Probably could have been avoided, too. Chase going to take a straightaway three. Buried a Team D auto sales three. Mason Chase hot in the first half.
He's been the man, and that was a dagger. Great job cutting the lead to 7 points. That was a desperation. They needed that one bad, as now Dixie's got it with 18 seconds left.
And Coach Roberts feeling a double team, takes a timeout. Intercap lending timeout, 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here with 16 seconds left. How about Mason Chase? You know, against Snow Canyon last week, he had 18 at the half, finished with 30. He's got 16, and we still got some time left here before the break.
And he had 30 last game. He had 20 the game before that. He has been bonkers over the last little bit. But this last possession, they can't allow Dixie to get to the free throw line or to get something in the paint. They've had so many bunny shots tonight, and Desert Hills has got to prevent that. Dixie's only scored 1 3 the entire first half.
And it's a little bit tricky with Munson missing about the 5.5
that's
minutes
been huge.
of the second quarter with his second foul on as he tried to kind of go through Lemke and deflect a pass out of bounds. If he just stays behind Lemke, lets him grab it, he's 16 feet out. And that's something I'm sure that, Keegan Munson going to have to keep learning just not to get in foul trouble. It's almost an art, and the good ones are able to still challenge but not foul. Know when to gamble, know when to just keep them in front of you. Inbound now. They're driving, and kicking, and they got to get a shot off, and they won't. Rich didn't see the clock. Pass is tipped away. Half ends 35-28. Dixie kind of controlling the first half, Andy, but Desert Hills not going away.
Yeah, all things considered, Desert Hills is going to be going to the locker room with their chins up right now. It's a 7-point game. They did a great job that last possession to force a no shot by Dixie, and still well within reach for the Thunder heading into the locker room.
Mason Chase leading Desert Hills with 16 points. And then you had a lot of guys really kind of chipping in. Andy Rich had 5. Finlinson had 8. Lemke had 7. And Jordan Matthews had 9. So really a balanced starting 5 doing most of the scoring. I think Tracy Simmons, the only bench points, he had 2. So at the break, 35-28, Dixie by 7 on the one-loss scoreboard. We'll take a 3-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll bring you the InfoWest halftime report and get you some scores from around the region, more statistics, and second half analysis when we return on your hometown sports source. Yeah, welcome back. The Jetettes, Andy, putting on a heck of a show. I think
Yeah.
that was their military performance. Of course, it was about a week ago they won the Region 9 competition, taking first in that exact dance. I think they won in dance, military, and then took third in character. And these two schools, Desert Hills finished second, so these two teams are going to be two of the favorites, along with some teams like Ridgeline and maybe Skyview up north for state, which comes up January 31st, I believe. So next week from Friday, there'll be the state drill competition. As you've kind of seen and I've seen over the years, Region 9 drill is very competitive.
Oh, man, absolutely. The work that they put in, and it obviously pays off in the postseason. They're always the favorite to win. Heck of a performance by the Jetettes as the cheerleaders now come out the center stage to do their dance for halftime.
Yes, indeed. Normally we'd have Knights hockey, but tonight bringing you local sports, but it is a final. The Knights have lost to Boston 3-2. Pretty good effort. Boston leading their division, and Vegas played them tough, but that's two straight losses now. They've lost 2 out of 3 since they hired new coach Peter DeBoer. At the half, here's 35-28. Dixie leading by 7 over Desert Hills. Again, some Wilkinson statistics for you. First, the scoring. Andy Rich had 5, 8 for Finlinson, 2 for Ethan Bennett. You had Lemke that had 3 field goals and a free throw for his 7, and then Jordan Matthews pacing Dixie with 9. Simmons had 2. And then for Desert Hills, 16 for Mason Chase, 5 for Quinn Marchant, who came in and did a really nice job when Keegan Munson got his second personal foul. 3 for Keegan Munson, and 2 for Juddy, and 3 for Newby. That is your scoring.
Noah Lemke led everybody with rebounds. No surprise, he had 6 boards in that first half. Jordan Matthews had 3 rebounds for the Flyers, as well as 3 assists for Desert Hills. Justin Judkins led them in assists with 3, and then a couple different Thunder players with a couple rebounds, including Peyton Holmes and Quinn Marchant. Pretty clean first half, as we talked about, Devin. 4 turnovers for Desert Hills, only 1 for the Flyers in the first 2 quarters.
Yeah, no question. Really good job, though, by Justin Judkins and Matthews with the assists and helpers. And even when Mason Chase wasn't scoring, he was able to still hand out a dime and grab a couple of rebounds. And I'm sure the number one focal point, if you're a fly on the wall for Coach Tyler Roberts at Dixie, is we got to keep Mason Chase out of the lane. And then it's a bigger problem probably for Desert Hills adjustment-wise, because they got to keep everybody from getting lay-ins for the Flyers.
Yeah, it's been so easy, backdoor cuts, throwing it over people when they're fronting the post. The inbound plays that Coach Roberts has prepared are awesome. Off the initial jump ball, he has something prepared, and they always seem to get easy buckets right around the rim. So Desert Hills, whether it's Munson or Marchant, they got to protect the rim. They need people to collapse. Dixie's hasn't taken a bunch of threes. They've only made 1. Right now, though, the Thunder they're getting killed in the paint. They got to make an adjustment there.
All right, at the half, 35-28. We'll take a 60-second timeout. When we come back, we'll get you the tip, and we'll try to get you some Region 9 scores. So 3 other games outside this one going on tonight. At the break, 35-28, Dixie has the lead. Stay with us here on ESPN Radio, your Region 9 radio network. So Holmes bringing you high school basketball action on a Tuesday night. You don't want to touch that dial. Hey, we're back. They're doing the shoot for cash, and I guess the last time they did the shoot for cash at Dixie High School, Josh, who is shooting right now, won $500 for one of the clubs. And we've had some close shots. I think the two clubs have won $250 each, and we need a half-court shot here to go for $500. He's only going to get one more. Probably the last shot here, and not going to happen. But still, I think about $750 handed out to some of the school clubs in the shoot for cash. So really, really kind of cool to see that going down here at halftime. Had the performance from the Jetettes, and now we bring it back to some basketball. Both teams ready to come out on the floor here for their second half warm-ups. And we do have one score, Pineview leading Hurricane 33-24 at the half. So 33-24, I think, is the score at the break. 9-point game, home team leading here. Dixie at home with a 7-point lead. So two games that are still, could go either way.
Yeah, kind of expected. I think Pineview Hurricane, that will tighten up. I mean, a couple weeks ago, Hurricane was a number 2 team in the RPI. They've had a couple losses since then. They need to rebound tonight on the road, but you're playing a highly motivated Pineview team as at the half, Cedar leads Snow Canyon 33-20 on your Hearst Ace Hardware updates.
Yeah, appreciate our friends at Hearst Ace Hardware, variety products at prices that please. And the only score that we don't have right now is Crimson Canyon View, and I haven't seen a score on that. If we get it, we will pass it along. Again, 16 points a game high for Mason Chase, 9 points for Jordan Matthews to pace the Flyers. But if you look at Jordan, Lemke, and Finlayson combined, they had 24 of the Flyers' 35. So those guys really getting it done. Andy Rich did chip in 5. And again, only 2 bench points for Dixie. Desert Hills had 5 bench points thanks to Quinn Marchant, who had all 5.
Yeah, Marchant played a lot of good minutes. He's going to have to play, some in the second half. Hopefully for Desert Hills, Munson can keep his fouls to a minimum. He's got 2 right now, but they need him offensively. They need him, a couple times when they were trying to get it down to Lemke. Munson's so strong and athletic, it was tough. And, he's got to keep up the physicality and not get tentative just because he's in foul trouble. That's the only way they've got a shot to contain the paint, is if he's able to get his body into Lemke and force him to kick it back out, because right now Lemke has been dominant in that first half.
Special thanks to the internet people at InfoWest helping bring you our halftime festivities as we get set for the second half. Thanks to Wilkinson's, unique place to shop, lights, fans, home decor, and so much more. And, of course, Hearst Ace Hardware for getting you some of those other scores. Snow Canyon by 13 at the break, and Pineview leading Hurricane by 9. Cedar leading Snow Canyon by 13. Let me rephrase myself. And glad you're with us on SportsRadio977.com or the CEC YouTube page. Now, on Thursday night, we've got the game that'll be on CEC TV, TDS Channel 108. We're just online tonight. And I think it's Desert Hills Pineview from the Thunderdome.
That's right. That's going to be a good one.
Yeah. Right now, though, Pineview winning, Desert Hills losing. We'll see what happens. You never want to go 0-2 in a week if you could at all help it. But Region 9 every night is a battle. And right now we get going with the second half. Play-by-play brought to you by Southwest Diesel, the originators of high performance for your diesel engines. Doug or Darren, they're there when you need a fix. Flyers working around. Finlayson now going to drive the lane. No ball flake. Kick it back out to Lemke, who hands it up to Bennett. Bennett, kick out Finlayson. Guarded by Newby. Newby beaten. Munson comes over and kind of had to be careful, and that allowed Finlayson to get his 10th point of the night.
Yeah, good job by Finlayson being patient, finding a crease and going right at Munson, who's in foul trouble, and we're able to see why Finlayson's gotten so much better this year at shooting more than just threes.
A nice kick out. Won't go, though, for Mason Chase. Munson saves it right to Judkins. Judkins over to Chase. Chase goes in and scores it. 37-30. Both teams trade buckets on their opening possession to start the second half.
Love the tenacity tonight by Chase. Gets the ball, goes right into Jordan Matthews, takes the contact, puts it up off the window for 2.
Andy Rich drives down the lane. They're trying to go at Munson, and then on a loose ball rebound, him and Lemke fighting for the board. Munson gets number 3.
Tough time for Munson already with his 3rd foul. Only a minute and a couple of seconds into the second half.
Well, you could see
fighting for the ball up top and got a little hand, I guess.
You could see both these possessions, they were attacking Keegan Munson. Lemke misses the fabulous Freddie's free throw. Coach Turley not going to go get Munson, going to let him play through that 3rd personal foul. Nobody else for either team is in any kind of foul trouble. Lemke just has 1. Lemke, 1 more from the stripe. Got that one. Lemke's got 8. And the Flyers lead by 8 on the 1-loss scoreboard, 38-30. Holmes to Chase, another set 3. Got it, Mason Chase. Already 5 in the second half, 21 on the night.
And he is feeling it. He's been on fire for a long time. And that was from deep, no hesitation. Great follow through on the stroke, cuts it to a 5-point game.
And at no point tonight has he been really selfish. He's getting a lot of it within the flow.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, that's an open 3. Bennett gives it to Matthews on a little lead pass. Matthews attacks Munson. Munson being, got to be really careful.
Yeah.
Can't really have a shot blocker's mentality right now. 3 won't go. Rebound Munson. Flyers down by just 5. Here comes Peyton Holmes. Gives it to Munson, hand it to Juddy, uses screen. Juddy gonna roll in, pump fake, and he's stripped. Ball loose. Rich comes away with it, kicks it out. Lead pass ahead to Bennett. Bennett, Euro step, and a jump ball is the call. The official saw what I saw. All ball there, They tie it up.
Yeah, great hands by Chase in a tough spot to not foul, but got a bunch of leather in his hands, and it'll go to the Thunder on the possession arrow.
Peyton Holmes walks across the timeline. 38-33, Dixie with the lead. Thunder can get it back to 1 possession here, though. Newby entry into Munson, take a jumper, air ball. And he had to sit a long time in the second quarter, hadn't got a shot in the second half. They go right back inside. Lemke missed it. Offensive rebound, put back, good by Matthews.
And Lemke missed the layup, but he is so tough getting position, pinning Munson, and setting up off the miss, an easy layup for Matthews.
Here comes Mason Chase, looking, nothing there, give it back up to Holmes. His Holmes shot, only 1 shot tonight in the lane,
I think. Lot, yeah.
He's been more of a facilitator tonight. Up and under by Judkins, and he couldn't finish. Got his own rebound. That time he finishes. How about Justin Judkins?
Great persistence and confidence off of a turnover. Gets the ball right back the next possession, and it isn't afraid to go at the rim.
Finlayson, spin move on Newby to a fadeaway. That's unguardable.
Unbelievable finesse this kid has. Whether he's fading away or spinning, he's able to shoot the ball on target and knocks it down.
Will Hokinson, longtime assistant coach for Turley, on his knees calling out he's like the offensive coordinator and Coach Turley's like the defensive coordinator. Bounce pass down low, reverse lay-in, Munson got it. That was pretty.
Good feed, and then Munson with Lemke in the area goes underneath the basket, uses a little English off the glass.
Only 5 for Munson because he was saddled with the foul trouble. Playing with 3 right now. Chase got a tip, but Bennett collects. Now Mason Chase gets another tip, and Holmes grabs it. There's the length of Mason Chase. 42-37, another chance for Desert Hills to get within a possession, and they get it left elbow 3 from Reggie Newby, a Team Deano Sales triple, and Coach Tyler Roberts wants an Intercap Lending timeout.
Big shot by Newby, hasn't gotten a lot of attempts tonight, probably their best pure three-point shooter, cuts it to 2 points. Huge shot, great passing, and great defense on the other end by Desert Hills to create turnovers. They're doing a great job trapping in the half court.
How about this? 4 threes by Desert Hills, which is about, they're a high-volume three-point. Dixie has only made 1 3, and they've only attempted 2 threes. So you can see the game plan for the Flyers is to pound the post, and it has worked because you've got the big guy, Keegan Munson, in foul trouble. but you can see the value of today's basketball era that we live in, where the three-point shot can get you back in a game. That's, a couple quick ones here in the third quarter at the halfway mark. We're back to a one-possession game.
Yeah, even if you've been outplayed, if you've got more three-pointers made than the other team, you can be in the ball game, and that's one-possession ball game is the deficit right now for Desert Hills.
Forsey is in, handling the ball for Coach Roberts. So lob it to Lemke. Marching in defensively. Matthews working on the baseline, move on Newby, gives it to Forsey, give it up to Lemke. Lemke, two-hand flush, down it goes, Noah Lemke.
And great job by Matthews giving it to Forsey in a position to make a play, and he just has got to hand it off to Noah, who flies up above the rim and throws it down.
Off-ball foul going to be charged on Finlinson. That's his second.
And Finlinson getting a lot of attention from that Desert Hills student section tonight. Almost every time he does something or has the ball on offense, they're yelling something.
It really hasn't worked. He's got 12. Newby off of Marchant. Curl working up and under and gets it out in front of a would-be Lemke block. And what a kiss off the window as down it goes.
Man, what a fling there by Newby. Steve Nash-esque over the big arms of Noah.
They call a foul on Marchant. The underneath official didn't call it. The outside official called it. What'd you see there?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think Marchant got a really good block, and Peyton Holmes trying to defend his big man with the referee, and the ref said, hey, I didn't call it under the basket. He said the guy out on the perimeter called it, so nothing I can do.
And the first free throw good by Finlinson. One more coming from the Fabulous Freddy's free throw line. Got it. This kid's stroke is so good. Isaac Finlinson, the junior, has got 14. Tip pass to Mason, attacking Lemke. Won't get it on the baseline jumper. It's knocked out of bounds, and it'll stay with Desert Hills.
And great job scrapping by Mason. He's going right at Lemke. Misses the layup. Good contest by Noah. And then it was the scrap of Chase to knock it off of Lemke out of bounds.
Judkins to trigger it. Looking, got to get it in. Finally does to Marchant. And Finlinson deflects it out of bounds as Marchant was looking for Peyton Holmes. 46-42. Desert Hills has got it back to, within striking distance here. They've come out and really played enthused in the third quarter, yet Dixie still up by 4. Long way to go here, though, Andy. Chase, up and under, little leap and leaner. Got it, Mason Chase.
And that was just, a forced shot, no doubt. But when you're feeling it like he is tonight, everything is a good shot from Chase.
Mason Chase has got 23 of the 44 for Desert Hills. Well over half. Where's your quick Chicago math, Illinois math? He's got 23 of 44. Just over 50%.
Yeah,
come on.
Over 50%.
Of the points for the
Listen,
Thunder.
my Chicago math is worse than your Royal City math.
And a drive on the baseline of Forsey, they say pushed out by Marchant. And another deflection there. Desert Hills was coming away with it seemingly. Julian Decree in the building.
We got a celebrity, folks.
Former Dixie State center, just graduated. Or is he still working on graduation? Yeah, he just finished up his eligibility last year. He had a great senior season for Coach Judkins. Up and under, and a great night continues for Jordan Matthews with the left hand.
And once again, if they get an inbound play underneath their basket, that one wasn't pretty, but they're going to get a layup, and that was another one for Jordan Matthews.
Jordan's got 13. Chase defended by Schultz. They put a fresh body on Mason. Mason got to move it. He tries to whip it to Sampson, and luckily it went right to Newby on the deflection. D Hills 140 left, third quarter, down 48-44 to Dixie. Dixie digging in on defense, and a steal by Matthews. Here comes Jordan Matthews. Skip it to Finlinson. 3 in the air. Is it good? Yes, it goes down toilet bowl style.
And that is a brutal turnover. You're down 4. Chase has the ball, and just a couple different times almost turned it over on a bullet pass and then turned it over, just not being careful with the ball, and now it's a 7-point game.
Intercap Lindy time out. We'll take it 30 seconds. Dixie back up 7 on ESPN Radio. Back live, Thunder basketball out of that timeout. Lead back up to 7 for Dixie, 51-44. Wraparound pass from Holmes is stolen away by Finlayson. It goes to Forsey. Forsey back to Finlayson. Stop, pop, trailing a 3. No, not this time. Lipke rebound, put back, yes!
And another offensive rebound. It was Holmes who was trying to box out the big man, gave it a good effort, but Lemke got on the side of him and was able to get the easy rebound and put back.
Too much length. Holmes now driving. Leads it. Mortensen blocked by Lemke. And it's off Morty. They save it off Morty's leg. Well, everything looked good, but the block up high just to perfection by the Dixie defense.
And with Mason Chase out of the game for a little bit, Peyton Holmes trying to be the aggressor and make plays, but just some tough passes the last couple possessions.
Thunder really need to stop to keep it under 10. It looked like we're going to gain ground in the third quarter, and now Dixie's outscored them by 2 here in the third, and the lead is 9. It was 7 at the half, but a moment ago it was just 2. Lob, Lemke, tough catch over Marchant, got the friendly bounce. He's got 14.
They threw that. I don't know how he got that up in the rafters, came down with it, and then went up over Marchant. He is having a heck of a game.
And we've got our Holbrook Asphalt
Another
big
block.
score dessert. In effect, over 55 points is a lock, probably by both teams. Dixie leading 55-44. Foul on a nice offensive rebound by Marchant. Really not much the Flyers could do. They were just going to get the ball. So was Marchant. He beat him to the ball, and so when the collision occurred, Dixie got tagged with the foul. It's actually number 3 on Isaac Finlayson. Marchant just 1 for 3, but hits the first. It's 2 for 4 from the stripe on the night. 0.8 of a second left, third quarter. Marchant with 1 more. Try to cut it single digits. And not that one. Lemke grabs the rebound, that'll do it. 55-45. We go to the fourth quarter. When we come back, Dixie leads on the one-loss scoreboard by 10 over Desert Hills. Stick with us. We're back. We go to the fourth quarter. Flyers with possession, up by 10. Pineview is pulling away from Hurricane. Here, Thunder are going to have to play pretty much perfect in the fourth quarter if they're going to hand the Flyers their first loss. So there's a good start. A defensive stop, a miss by Schultz. Here comes Mason Chase. Chase crossover, spin move, bump, fouled, and Mason Chase in the act of shooting or not? It's close.
Yeah, he spinned hard off of Forsey, and I thought was going up for a shot. Yeah, he will be shooting.
Good news on the Holbrook Asphalt Big Score dessert tonight. Go to Yogurtland. First 5 ounces are free. Mason Chase, first free throw, good. How about the performance by Mason tonight? 24 now on the night.
He's been amazing, slashing to the basket, making tough jump shots. He's doing it all for him on the offensive end.
Did miss a free throw, though. He's human. Lead is 9 for Dixie. Looking inside to Lemke. Schultz instead goes out top to Forsey. Here comes the entry to Cox. Munson behind him, double team by Sampson. They kick out to Finlayson. A lob inside to Cox, got behind Sampson, and the lay-in good by Jeffrey Cox.
And a great feed by Noah Lemke. He's usually on the receiving end of those types of passes over the top of the defense. Great pin by Cox for an easy layup.
Here comes Desert Hills, down by 11. Mason Chase trying to go ISO, goes to the middle, turnaround jumper in the key, got it. Mason Chase with 26.
This is a Kobe-esque type game. They're just throwing it to him, and he's taking on 2 or 3 guys every possession.
And a turnover there by Dixie. A rarity. They have not had many. Is that their third of the night?
Yeah, 3rd turnover.
And Munson going to take a 3. Missed it. Knew he missed it. Went and got it. Got his own rebound. Goes up. Puts it up and in. Keegan Munson with the extra effort, and the putback falls.
And cuts it to 7 as he made contact with Schultz, but I think a good no call by the referee down low.
He's got 7 points, and then the other end, Lemke flushes it home. Munson couldn't get back. Lemke, his 2nd dunk of the night. Lemke's got 16. That's a big answer by Dixie. And they've answered all night long. Every time Desert Hills made a run, and now a turnover. Cox with a steal, ahead to Finlayson. Juskins tips it, dives on the floor. It's still loose, and it's still loose. And now Dixie has it. They get it to Lemke, and timeout taken by Christopher Schultz. He was calling for it, and probably not a bad timeout. It was helter-skelter.
What an effort by Judkins, though, to jump up, tip it onto the ground, and then dive from the ground to tip it over. And I didn't see if it's a full or a 30.
We'll take a 30-second timeout. 5:45 to go, 59-50. Dixie with possession and the lead over Desert Hills. There's nothing like the pep bands and the student sections. Andy, a lot of school spirit between these two teams tonight, and a good one, 59-50. Dixie with the lead. Still time for Desert Hills, but can't trade buckets at this point.
Yeah, tremendous atmosphere here tonight. Desert Hills needs stops. It's been tough. Lemke just had a jam. So many easy buckets for Dixie. They've got to buckle down if you're the Thunder defense.
Andy Rich back out there with Finlayson, Cox, Matthews, and Lemke. And starting 5 out there, except for Newby, he's getting a breather. Jace Mortensen is in right now for Desert Hills. 5:27. Flyers can be really patient at this point. Lob it to the free throw line to Cox. He'll go attack mode, spin move, power left hand. No, couldn't get the finish. Rebound Peyton Holmes. Holmes, lead pass to Chase. Chase barely stays in bounds. Lob it to Mortensen. He'll catch and shoot a 3. Too strong, no good. And Lemke with the rebound for the Flyers.
Yeah, good look. Cross-court pass from Chase as Mortensen was set up, but his first attempt of the night is just a little bit long.
Cox lobs at baseline of Lemke. Has it deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with Dixie. Free-flowing game for both these teams. Played with some tempo tonight.
Yeah, not a lot of fouls, not a lot of turnovers. The game has gone by. It's only 8:09, and we're in the 4th quarter, so pretty clean game by both sides.
4:49 left. Flyers by 9. And with no shot clock, the Flyers can be really patient. And Desert Hills is going to have to play pretty aggressive because they've only got 3 team fouls. Shot up from the corner, no good by Finlayson. Rebound Cox, kicked it to Matthews. Shot good over Munson.
Good job by Cox on the offensive rebound. Finlayson hasn't been able to find it from deep tonight, but once again, Matthews so good down by the cup after an offensive rebound.
Matthews has 15, 16 for Lemke, 17 for Finlayson. 3-headed monster tonight. Mortensen, same spot he just missed. He missed again. Mason Chase rebound, trying to save it, nobody home. You love the effort there from Mace. Said he was pushed, no call.
Yeah, he's been tremendous. Just need a big three like that to fall, and it just didn't that time for Mortensen.
4 minutes to go. Dixie by 11, 61-50. Holbrook Asphalt Big Score Dessert is on, so if you're listening right now, you can head to Yogurtland right now or after the game. And a steal by Mason Chase. He's got Morty. He gives it to Morty in the corner. Morty, another three, high arcing, splash! He missed 2 in a row, and he keeps shooting, and he drains the Team D three.
What a stud to take that third consecutive three with confidence and knocks it down. Got the lead 61-53.
And up and under by Rich, and maybe got him on the head on the way by, and Andy Rich will go to the free throw line. Of course, Rich got off to such a great start with 5 points in the first quarter, has not scored since. Chance here at the Fabulous Freddy's free throw line. First free throw is good. Coming up, we'll have the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry postgame show. We'll have a lot to talk about. Complete rundown, all the Wilkinson statistics for you. We'll hand out some awards, including our Dats Trucking Player of the Game, which is a tradition, just like Dats. We've been doing it for, 16 years? Appreciate Dats Trucking, your quality service carrier. Second free throw good as well. Lead back up to 10. Judkins still had his dribble, finally uses it. Now he terminates, trying to get the ball to Mason. They're all over him. The ball's deflected. It's still loose, and Dixie comes away with it.
Great intensity on defense by Dixie with a 10-point lead, and they're still putting their hands all over the ball and getting steals.
And Finlayson wide open three. Got it! Isaac Finlayson. That could be the dagger the Flyers were looking for. He's got 20.
What a game by Finlayson, and a lot of his damage. In fact, I think that may have been his first three of the night.
Yes,
or second three.
Judkins, free throw jumper, had to change his shot, missed it. Thought he was going to get blocked, so double clutched it, couldn't find the range. Finlayson driving in, trying to finish over Munson. They're going to get a foul on the floor on Judkins, I believe.
And the Flyers just don't let up on defense, regardless of the score or what quarter it is. They have been excellent.
They played near perfect tonight.
Yeah, it's been tremendous.
I mean, this team looks like a state championship caliber team to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, they have ran the gauntlet. If they win this game, which they're up 13 with 2:34 to go, they'll be undefeated the first time through, playing everybody in Region 9. And aside from Canyon View, who's a little down, everybody else can get you and get hot. Steal by the Thunder on the inbound, and then they give it right back. It's deflected by Andy Rich. Here comes Finlayson. He throws it into a crowd. Mason Chase ahead to Munson. Munson has to save it out to a teammate, finds Judkins. I don't know how he saw him. He's running away from his team and turns and throws it right to Judkins. And now Desert Hills sorely needs a bucket. If they want to have any chance, Turley needs a timeout. He's on the court, full timeout. We'll take it. 2:06 to play. Dixie in control, 66-53 here at the Hangar on ESPN Radio. Holmes grabs the inbound pass. Desert Hills probably needs threes, and then they got to probably foul. And Munson's going to take a high arcing turnaround jumper just inside the three-point line and hit it. Keegan Munson's got 9. And here comes Rich to Lemke. Lemke, two-hand slam! They there's the exclamation point, and he's fouled. Third two-handed monster dunk of the night for Noah Lemke.
And that one, unlike the others, he had a running start of about 2 steps, and he threw that one ferociously.
He's got 18.
Man.
Is that? I thought maybe the Finlayson three was the dagger, and maybe that one was the second stab. 69-55, largest lead of the night all of a sudden with 1:38 to go. Judkins looking for a handoff to Holmes. Holmes, spin move, working on Bennett, and one. If it goes, no it doesn't. They're gonna have a foul on Ethan Bennett. And the spirit competition's in effect between the student bodies.
Peyton Holmes has had a very quiet night for the Thunder. Not a lot of field goal attempts, made some plays setting up his teammates, but hasn't had a lot of openings to go towards the basket.
No, and that's his first point of the night, Andy. On cue, he makes the Fabulous Freddy's free throw. And the second one good as well. He's only shot, I think, twice, and it was 0 for 2 from the field. Whip pass to Lemke. They beat the pressure, get it into half court. Now Andy Rich gives it to Bennett. Bennett with 1:18 on the clock, drives the middle, lobs it, and a one-hand tip-in. Not the dunk, but it goes, and Lemke's got 20.
That was pretty sweet nonetheless. Kind of a half dunk, I guess we can count that for Lemke on the alley, one-handed tip-in.
And miss three by Chase, and here comes Lemke. Give him 22, the big man.
And he is just dominating. Anytime he touches the ball, nobody can stop him in transition. With his back to the basket, doesn't matter. Noah Lemke, kind of a coming out. I mean, everybody's known about him, but this may be his best region game of the year.
Unbelievable performance by, he had 7 at the half. Only had 10 at the end of the third quarter. He's got 12 in the fourth quarter, and a couple of them dunks. And Lemke's going to get a little stage call exit right. Fans showing some appreciation. When your big man has a Big Ten performance, get him out for the last 48 seconds. Inbounds to Chase. Mason goes up, and it's defended well. Reggie Newby gets a strip, and that's going to be no good. And now Mason's going to foul him, and Bennett's going to walk for free throws. That is the 7th team foul, so 1-and-1 situation. And Desert Hill's down 16.
Great effort by Chase tonight.
And it's smart by Coach Tyler Roberts to get the starters out. They all follow Noah Lemke to the bench.
Near the end of the game, I think Chase had to kind of force himself a couple times on a few shots, but for the majority of this game, he played within the offense. He was definitely the man, but didn't play selfishly. Had him in this game into the fourth quarter, but then Dixie was just too much with Noah Lemke.
Bennett misses the free throw. Flyers only 70% as a team this year. That's an area that they want to improve heading into the second half of region play. Finger roll attempt no good. Tipped out of bounds off Marchant. 29.9 to go. Bennett will check out. Forsey will come in. So all your starters on the bench for the Flyers. Head to Simmons. Crossed half court to Larkin. They go back to Simmons. He'll kick it to Schultz. Back out top to Forsey with 20 seconds on the clock. Bounce it to Schultz. Christopher Schultz gives it to Simmons. Kick back out to Forsey. Flyers going to go 7-0 in Region 9 play. They're going to stay right within striking distance of Skyview in the RPI. They're number 2. Skyview still number 1 this week. Skyview, the defending state champs. It's going to take a loss by Skyview, and Flyers got to keep winning, hope for the number 1 seed. But still, if you just get the number 2, you'll be on the opposite side of the bracket of Skyview, and that's what about everybody wants probably at this point in time.
Yeah, exactly. You want to avoid the 4 no matter what you can do and get either 2 or 3, because Skyview's a monster. We know Falslev, we know Sam Phipps is leading the classification in rebounds this year. He's another above the rim player for them, and But the way Dixie's been playing, I mean, right now they look like they can beat anybody.
Home, stop, pop three, no, rebound, doesn't matter. Game over, Flyers win. The Flyers riding hot, hot, hot. They are 7-0 in Region 9. They've only lost 2 games all season long. And right now they have won by a final score of 75-57. And what will show up in the box score is a lopsided victory, but it was close until really about the halfway point of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Desert Hills battled. It was a fun game, back and forth. Both teams ran. I mean, 75 points for Dixie. You know, against Pineview, they scored in the 40s. So this was a fun game. Noah Lemke, I think, had his best game of the year with 3 or 4 dunks. Nobody could guard him down low. His field goal percentage was off the charts, I'm sure. And it was a blast.
Yeah, no question. 75-57, the final tonight on the one-loss scoreboard. We're not done. We're going to wrap it all up for you, clean it all up for you with the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show. Do want to remind everybody, head to Yogurtland, well over 55 points scored. Dixie has got everybody that Holbrook Asphalt Big Score dessert right now till they close. Just ask for it at checkout. Your first 5 ounces are F-R-E-E, free, 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 as I like to say. Take a 3-minute timeout, come back with the post-game report right after this. Flyers win, everybody. Hey, welcome back to the hangar. Dixie High School, Devin Dixon, Andy Thompson with you. And it is a final 75-57. And again, it's a score that if you just look at the box score later tonight and you weren't here, or you wake up and see it tomorrow, you go, oh, Dixie just continues to dominate. And they did. They controlled this game and led, 95% of this game. They had the lead. But with 4-minute mark, it was still a single-digit lead in the fourth quarter, and then Dixie just ran away and hid. And another very impressive win. I thought Dixie played near perfect tonight.
They did. I mean, good teams make things easy on themselves, and tonight they had a bunch of easy buckets in the paint. Lemke obviously had a monster game, but Matthews down low, Finlinson down low, didn't need a bunch of threes, didn't attempt a bunch of threes, made their free throws. Only turned it over 5 times, had a bunch of team assists. What a team effort. And, you kind of become used to it here at the hangar. And a team coming in to try to knock them off here has to play just as perfect. And Desert Hills played good. The effort was there. But they just didn't have the team-oriented ending where they needed the last quarter and a half to close the gap. And Dixie was just too much.
Yeah, no question. This is the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show. Dr. Cody and staff. This is kind of a tradition where we kind of clean it all up for you. And we've got the Dad's Trucking Player of the Game Award we're going to hand out. We've got our Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker Play of the Game, the most meaningful play in this game, according to my man, Andy Thompson. We'll get to that as well. But, Andy, when you look at this first half of the season, you look at Desert Hills staying perfect in region play, they all matter now. The preseason games matter just as much as these region games with the RPI.
Yeah.
But Dixie seems to be getting better and better and stronger as we go.
Yeah, they do. And, they're just about – there's 2 in the RPI. It's going to be tough to bypass Skyview. That doesn't matter, like we were saying before, as long as they're on the other side of the bracket. But like, Coach Roberts said on the drive today that they've got a bunch to improve on. He said, you asked him what's a couple specific things you want to improve on the second half of region play. He said everything. They have that hunger. They have that accountability. Guys off the bench coming to fulfill the role. It's a well-oiled machine, and that's why they've been dominant in region line over the last couple years, especially here at home. And just super impressed by everybody tonight. Finlinson had 20-something points, but it wasn't one of his best games. He facilitated it a lot. He was awesome in transition. If you miss a shot, you've got to run because Dixie's going to beat you to the rim on the other side, whether it's Lemke or Matthews or Bennett, doesn't matter. They all play their role in the scheme so well for Coach Roberts.
Looking at the Wilkinson statistics, and as we run down some scoring, we will hand out some awards here. And it was a game-high 26 for Mason Chase in the lost. And nobody else was in double figures. Keegan Munson had 9. Reggie Newby had 8. 5 for Quinn Marchant. 4 for Justin Judkins, 3 for Jace Mortensen, and 2 for Peyton Holmes to round out the scoring for the Thunder. What stands out to you in the box score there?
Well, obviously, Chase going for 26. I think Peyton Holmes, even though he's one of their best athletes defensively, he's great in transition, but mainly a facilitator tonight. I think he's, one of their best players. He's got to score more. He's got to shoot more. He can make the 3. He's got to drive and get to the lane a little bit more. I just think it was too much of a burden on Mason, and I think he ran out of gas a little bit in the third and fourth quarter, turned the ball over a little bit. And when you turn the ball over to Dixie, it's almost a guaranteed 2 points on the other end of the floor. So I just think it needs to be a little bit more even for the Thunder in their scoring.
If you were to pick a Dad's Trucking Player of the Game for both teams, pretty easy to go with Mason Chase tonight. Although I did love the effort from Quinn Marchant for some reason. He stood out to me as kind of that blue-collar guy that just works his tail off. And when Munson gets in foul trouble, he's a quality backup big.
Oh, Marchant is awesome. Doesn't try to do too much. He can get offensive rebounds. He can get putbacks. Ate up a bunch of minutes tonight for Coach Turley. Definitely a guy you want on your team off the bench.
Looking at the scoring, brought to you our stats by Wilkinson's. 22 for Lemke, 20 for Finlinson, 15 for Jordan Matthews, 7 for Andy Rich. And then Ethan Bennett had 2. So did Christopher Schultz, Jeffrey Cox, and Tracy Simmons. So, I mean, geez. What? 57 combined out of their 72 between Finlinson, Lemke, and Matthews. So, it's tough to stop Dixie when it's not just one guy. You got 3 guys just scoring in bunches tonight.
Yeah, and, Matthews had so many easy buckets down low. He had 1 3-point make, and I think he only took 1 or maybe 2 threes. So everybody was efficient. Team field goal percentage was great. And, Coach Roberts, it demands a lot from his team defensively, and they pay off. It didn't matter if it was the fourth quarter and they're up by 11. They're still scrapping after the ball, creating turnovers, and making it very difficult on the Thunder.
So big win, 75-57. Dixie takes care of the Thunder here tonight. A lot of fans still milling around. Energy was sky high in the building. Both the community, the student body sections, well represented here tonight. Packed house, and Dixie gets the win. And so Mason Chase, your dad's trucking player of the game for Desert Hills. Noah Lemke gets the nod for Dixie. But as far as our Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker Play of the game, about the 2:55 mark, when Desert Hills had went on a little run, Finlinson got this right angle open 3, and he knocked it down. And then the next sequence, Lemke gets a dunk, and that pushed it back up to double figures, and then the Flyers just ran away from there.
Yeah, it was a dagger. I mean, Desert Hills, I can't remember if it was when they were up by 4 and Chase turned it over and Finlinson knocked down a 3, and then they went on a 5-6 point run. But that was a huge 3 by Finlinson, who was actually fairly cold tonight compared to how he normally is from 3. I mean, he was awesome going towards the basket and scoring, but that came at a huge, a moment for the Flyers to extend the lead, and that was pretty much the game at that point. So I agree that the play of the game from Finlinson.
Yeah, Finlinson with that Team Auto Sales 3, we'll name that as our Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker Play of the game. It's easier than you think to buy direct and save from the distributor. GE, Samsung, all the top brands, and of course the great service, installation you'd expect. Homeowners, contractors, everybody, go check out the beautiful facility out there across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart at AWP. Well, let's take another 60-second break, and then when we come back, we'll see if we'll get any post-game from Coach Roberts. If not, we'll put a bow on it. We'll try to get you all the finals. Again, don't forget, the Holbrook Asphalt Big Score Dessert is in effect. You can head right over to Yogurtland right now, and anytime your Region 9 team scores over 55 points, you can go take advantage of your first 5 ounces yogurt are FREE, free right now. Till close at Yogurtland. Compliments of Holbrook Asphalt, the leaders in HA5 asphalt preservation. They do a great job working with counties and cities and homeowners, and really great little partnership that we've done here with our Big Score Dessert. Having a lot of fun doing that. And I went in last week because I wasn't working a game, and it was fun to see the gal at checkout's like, oh, who scored what tonight? And I'm like, oh, it was Desert Hills scored 57, so they were over 55, and she's like, or no, it was Crimson. It was the Crimson beat Desert Hills. What was the final score of that game? And she was like, really? I can't believe Crimson beat Desert Hills. She started asking me who scored what and everything, and I'm like, I don't know. I didn't call the game. But go get it. Go tell them the score. Get your free Yogurtland right now. We'll take a break, come back, put a bow on this thing. We'll see if we can get Coach Roberts from some comments. If not, we'll get you all the final scores and set up the schedule for you on Thursday night. Again, the final on the one-loss scoreboard, Dixie beats Desert Hills 75-57. Yeah, appreciate Holmes Homes, and they've got a bunch of single-family homes, townhomes, and model homes now for you to go take a look at out at the new project in southern Utah that everybody's been talking about, Desert Color. And get on out there Monday through Saturday. They've got people and representatives there. You can go take a tour. That's going to have big lagoons out there and walking and biking. You can paddleboard on those lagoons, and there's a bunch of new businesses going in out that way over time. I heard they're getting like a Big Shots driving range. That's going to be like the hot spot, I think. And Holmes, one of the builders out there. Go take a look if you're looking to build a new home, or check them out online, holmeshomes.com. Well, 26 tonight for Mason Chase. That's a game high in the loss for Desert Hills. And Dixie led by Noah Lemke with 22. And what do you have, 3 two-handed dunks? And had a couple that he almost dunked that he ended up settling for a lay-in on. Then you get 20 from Finlayson on what you call, an average shooting night.
Yeah.
He started off slow, but still had, 6 in the first quarter. That second quarter is where he kind of cooled off a little bit, only 2 points, missed a couple jumpers, including a couple threes. But then picked things up really in that third quarter, where he had 9 and then another 3 in the fourth quarter on that Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker Play of the Game, that triple that really kind of put the nail in the coffin for Desert Hills. Did we get some finals? I know Pineview has beaten Pineview is beating Hurricane. Let me spit it out. Did you get a final on that one, AT? I know. It sounded like from what I saw that Panthers got hot from downtown and ended up pulling away for the victory, 65-49. So a 16-point victory. Pineview has beaten Hurricane tonight, and of course, Snow Canyon was playing against Cedar, and that was a home game at the Jungle. And I don't think I ever saw a final on that game. I know Snow Canyon was up 13 at the half, and I never did see a final on that. Did you?
No, I'm looking. Let's see.
Well, we'll keep looking, and then we'll bring in Coach Roberts here inside our Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show. Coach, good win tonight. They're all big ones. They all feel good, but nice to get through the first half of Region 9 play. Unbeaten now, 7-0 in conference. And, boy, I'll tell you what, Noah Lemke was a man among boys tonight, felt like.
Yeah. Noah had a good game. I was proud of him tonight. We kind of gave him a challenge to try to be dominant in the post, and we knew it would open up stuff for our guards tonight, but I was just proud of his effort and running the floor. That was the biggest thing, is he got down the floor, and just really proud of him and the efforts that he had tonight.
Yeah, 22. I think he had 3 monster two-hand slams. There's something about the slam dunk in high school that can kind of fire the crowd up. I mean, right. Your student section was they were going bonkers.
Yeah, that was fun. Obviously, the crowd, that's one thing they always talk to us about. Hey, can we have more dunks? I'm like, no, right? You don't set up a lot of these set plays for him. It comes in our attack. So it was fun to have a couple of them, obviously in front of the student section, and they've been great all year. Obviously having these Tuesday night games and Thursday night games, they've still come out and supported us, which is fun. So
I don't know how many points in the paint you guys had tonight, Coach, but it was a ton, whether it was in transition or in the half court. Not just Noah either. I mean, Jordan had a ton, easy buckets out of inbounds plays, which you guys are always really good at, getting easy buckets. So a ton of a really good shot selection tonight. Yeah,
no, thank you. I mean, that's, how it is. We don't want to live and die by the 3. When we have a guy like Noah, and even Jeff Cox came in and gave us some good minutes. We posted him up too and had that little, high-low pass to him, and he came and gave us some energy and got a few rebounds and actually a deflection, So it's stuff like that we continue to try to build off of, and try to keep rotations. That's the toughest part for me right now.
Offense might steal the headlines because you guys put up 75. You've been winning some of these Region 9 games in the 40s and 50s, and you have a big scoring outburst. But I thought your defense was unbelievable tonight. I mean, I know Mason Chase kind of got loose on a few plays and had a pretty nice night scoring the basketball, but I mean, you guys fought on defense. That's a big area you still feel like there's room for improvement on.
Right. Interesting you say that. I actually thought the opposite.
Really?
I just didn't think we played great defensively. Especially first half, we're giving away penetration through the middle. Mason Chase attacked us there. Peyton attacked us there. But again, when you're playing a kid like Mason Chase who goes off, he's going to. That's just how good of a player he is. He's one of the top players in the region. We know that, but he got loose, and, again, he's just tough.
I thought that they were getting, some athletic driving, slashing buckets, but I thought they were still hard-earned buckets where I felt like you guys with your set stuff was getting, easier buckets. I guess that's what stood out to me.
Yeah, no, you're probably right. I guess, again, when I see 57 points, though, that doesn't make me happy. When we're trying to keep teams, obviously under 40 is our goal. We're way over that this game, but, even 47 points would have been kind of our goal tonight.
I thought another pretty impressive stat was just in our unofficial stats here was a pretty fast-paced game. You guys are up in the 70s. They're in the 50s.
Right.
Only one turnover we had in the first half by you guys, 5 total. That's pretty amazing.
I haven't seen that stat yet, but, I'll take that any night, right? Taking care of the ball is obviously a big part of basketball, and if we can do that and continue on that, those are like you talked about earlier before your show, it's like what can you work on, It's like everything, right? I mean, if we can keep our turnovers under, 5 or 6, that's really good when our goal's 9, So every area, obviously, we just got to continue to try to get better in every single category.
That said, you're 7-0. The only team ranked higher than you guys is Skyview right now. And you know what? You go back to early in the season, and a couple Region 9 teams gave Skyview all they wanted. Now, I know a lot changes from the start of the season to the end of the season, and we know about Phipps and obviously Mason Falslev, and you're not worried about that yet. But you're in a great position right now with the number 2 spot.
Yeah, I mean, they are a very good team, and I've seen them play, quite a few times actually, and on film, So, they have the top player in the state on their team, maybe 2. I mean, Phipps is the real deal as well. So it'd be nice to be on the other side of the bracket as them, but still there's so many games to be played. Even once we get through region, those playoff games are always tough. You have one bad night, you're done. That's the downfall with basketball is not double elimination. So you have to be mentally prepared and be able to, try to win those games before you even get to the big one. So we'll take it one at a time, right? That's always been what I've tried to do, and we'll just focus on Canyon View now.
Yep, Canyon View next up on Thursday night. Desert Hills, meanwhile, will get ready for Pineview, and Pineview beat Hurricane tonight at the Pit. That'll be a home game for Desert Hills as we look ahead to Thursday night. Coach, what was the difference tonight? Why when you put like the number one reason Dixie won, what did you tell your guys maybe in the locker room after the victory?
I thought it was just a team effort. I thought it came from all around. You show that we have big numbers from Isaac and Noah, but I think it was just a team effort. Once we have, Jordan had 15, that's a big number.
47 between those 3.
Right. So I think, and it's that energy off the bench.
57, excuse me.
Yeah, but CJ comes in, and gives that energy that we need. Tracy came in for a few blows there, and I think it's just a team win. I continue to talk to our guys. It's hard. We got 11. We go 11 deep, you know, and not a lot of teams can go 11 deep, and it's hard for a coach, honestly. I love those guys.
To get them all minutes, too.
Right. Yeah, so that's tough. But we talk about momentum, right? Momentum is what we talked about at halftime, too. We got to have the momentum go our way. We got to take it away from them and try to build on it. But we did get out in transition, which was nice tonight. I think that was a fun game for people to watch.
I enjoyed calling it. I figured if I had fun calling it, people hopefully had fun watching. It was a packed house tonight.
Right, and, Desert Hills brought a great crowd. And, it's one of those things that Desert Hills always comes prepared. They're always going to play hard. Turley does a great job and will, so we knew it was going to be tough. Everybody's been playing us tough and down to the wire, and we just got to continue to grind and get better.
It's a big win for the Flyers. Coach Roberts with us here inside our Johnson Pediatric Dentistry postgame show. Coach, I'll let you go celebrate with your friends, family. It's only Tuesday. I know you got lots more to do this week. Get ready for the Falcons. They're hungry. They haven't won a region game yet.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't see a final on the Crimson game tonight.
Yeah, they lost.
Did they lose that game?
They did.
So Crimson has beat Canyon View tonight, and I believe Cedar prevail over Snow Canyon? I don't know if we've seen a final on that one just yet. Coach, good win.
Thanks
for stopping by.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks so much.
Flyers get the victory, 75-57. Go get your Holbrook Asphalt Big Score dessert. Thanks to Holmes. Holmes, our title sponsor, and all of our great sponsors. Some coaches' comments there brought to you by our friends at Finley Subaru, Bucks Ace Hardware, Intermountain Sports Performance, and Sports Clips. Some of our other great sponsors. Want to make sure and thank all those people that get us in and out of the broadcast every single game here on your Region 9 radio network. Andy, final thoughts as the Flyers get the victory. 7-0 in region play.
Awesome game. I mean, I don't know if anybody can beat these guys in region this year. I mean, especially here at home. They've obviously got to go through everybody one more time, but the way that they're playing, almost a perfect game here at home for the Flyers.
Mason Chase, 26 in the loss for the Thunder, and again, 57 combined. Lemke, 22, 20 for Finlayson, 15 for Jordan Matthews as the Flyers get the victory. For everybody back in the TDS Business Studios, for Andy Thompson, Devin Dixon, have a great night, everybody. We'll see you on Thursday night, and we'll have Panthers Thunder. It'll be on CEC TV as well as on sportsradio977.com and right here on the radio as well. So hope to have you back on Thursday night. Good night.